Crabman from Crabman Gaming here, and today we are playing Cricket Captain 2020. It is the Indian save, and we have reached the Test Championship final. You might be saying to me, Crabman, what happened? There was meant to be 3 one-day internationals against Afghanistan. Well, there was, and sadly, I forgot to press record on the video. So, yeah, that was a little bit disappointing because it was a really great series. And as we've moved into the next year, I don't even think I can go back and check out the previous year's performances. All I can really do is just show you here that we did win 2-1. We made 300 in the first game and actually bowled Afghanistan out for 299. Somehow lost the second game and won the final game with 2 overs to spare. So probably the only thing I can do is go to the one-day international records and go versus Afghanistan here and have a quick look. I left only out till the last game. Shreyas Iyer made a good 100 in one of the games. And Pandey got a few wickets. And for Afghanistan, they had this new fella, Rafiki, and Gurbaz batted really well for them, as did Ramat Shah, who got 100. You can't see the stats because it was the previous year. And Alam was bowling well with their pace, along with Janat. The spin wasn't too great, but Case Ahmed was pretty economical. So sorry I couldn't bring you that video. It was an excellent video. I got to the end and thought, oh dear. So hopefully the same thing hasn't happened today. But we're up to the Test Championship final. These were the final standings. South Africa beating Australia in the final match by 8 runs to qualify. So we haven't played South Africa at all in this series. So I'll be excited to play South Africa and not play, Australia or England, who I've already played in this series. So as this is the last video of the series, the last daily video, what I might do is I might, if there is enough comments and interest, I might continue this series maybe once or twice a week, because it's a really interesting international calendar for the year. It'll probably take about 20 videos just to get through this year, but if there is enough interest, I will keep going. So let's pick the squad quickly. It's probably going to be the same squad. I hate this when you get to a new year and they start picking all these other players that you don't know or don't want in there. I'm not picking anyone who's new, even though Chahar's pretty good. Let's get him out. Rahul's in. And I didn't pick Pujara last year. Let's just look at last year. Yeah, Vihari's probably not going to make it either. That's a lot of the squad that's missing. Who did I pick? It probably shows you the difference between who the computers picked and who you're picking. Argwell's injured for 13 days. Let's see if we can get him into the... Let's see if we can sneak him into the side anyway. Yeah, we'll see, because I do want him to play if possible. Ravichandra and Ashwin obviously in, along with Jadeja. Yadav did a great job. Sharma, but it's probably going to be between the 2 spinners. Yadav, where's my other spinner? Where's maybe I just picked Yadav. No, it was just Yadav. He's picked Yadav, Jadeja, and Ashwin. There we go. There's my 3 spinners. That's who I'm thinking of. I've got my 13, so I think that looks pretty good. If not, I'll pick Prithvi Shaw in the team if I can't get Argwal in. That looks pretty good. Will it let me pick him? No, because it's only 1 test. I thought that was a bit optimistic. Prithvi Shaw can come into the squad. Alright, let's see how we go in this Test Championship final. Should be pretty exciting. Let's give... do you know what? I'm going to give it to all the bowlers. So it's probably going to be Ashwin, Jadeja, Yadav, Bumrah, and probably Yadav. He was pretty good last year as well. Shami probably a bit unlucky to be missing out. And Sharma, they're probably the 2. Rotated out. We'll give Pant the gloves. He's going to be the wicket keeper. We'll give Rahul some catching as well. He's probably going to be in the slips. We'll give the fitness. I generally like giving the fitness to the all-rounders because they're batting and bowling, or sometimes to the best player. Okay, Test Championship final. Now it's in. It's probably in. It doesn't tell you where it is, but I'm pretty sure I can't choose because I think this is scheduled to take place at Lord's. There we go, North London. So India versus South Africa, rank 1 versus 2. I wonder if there's... if we can see world ratings as well. So they're actually number 2 in the world as well. So that makes it a nice, fair contest. All right, can I pick the ground? No, keep checking optimistically. Team selection. So it does look like Prithvi Shaw's going to get a go here in the side. I might bat him at 6. So we might go... We're missing Agarwal, so that's... Prithvi Shaw is an opener, so maybe I'll open with him in Agarwal's position and go... Yeah, let's go Shaw. Let's go Sharma, Shaw, KO Rahul, always good to bat at 3. Kohli at 4, Iyer 5, Pant 6. Yeah, I like that. Jadeja, Ashvin. Now let's have a little look here. We probably want Yadav in for Shami. And let's just make sure the batting looks pretty good. Yeah, that's good. Yadav's got Yadav bats pretty well. All right, that's the 11 I'm going with for this final. Let's make sure Pant's the keeper. It always does that. It always defaults. Which I tend to look at this second 11 and just have a look at the stats. Yeah, his catches per match is higher. So, but I think that, yeah, Pant's the better keeper. So I'll go with that. All right, let's have a look at the South African lineup. Getting pretty good with some of these names now. So we know the Indian lineup. Let's have a quick look at the weather. A little bit overcast, but otherwise pretty good. South African 11, we've got Yanaman Milan opening with Aiden Markram. He's had a fantastic start to his career. Milan, we've got Rassie van der Dusen at 3, Quentin de Kock at 4, Temba Bavuma, the perennial underachiever, just 1 Test 100 to his name at 5. Dean Elgar, he's been around a long time at 6. I think it's Richie de Swart at 7, the all-rounder. I've forgotten his first name, but Maharaj, not Kedav, that's Yadav. I've forgotten, but Maharaj, Kahiso Rabada, Naliba, who I don't really know, and Lungi Ngidi round out the 11. So some pretty good pace. I'm going to assume his pace. Some spin from Maharaj. I think Deshwart bowls some spin as well. We're going to call tails. Yes. Oh, we've lost the toss and been put in. Probably due to these cloud conditions and the very slow outfield. But we're batting first. Now, I'm not sure what happens if it's a draw. I don't know if the team who finished higher is the victor, is declared the victor, or is it the team who... I don't think you can even really have a look at the rules on here as well. Can you see? I don't even know whether... You used to be able to see the rules somewhere, but you can't. I'm not sure. Or is it, does it go on first innings? Who's got the highest first innings? I just don't know. Anyway, just before we start, you can add me on Facebook, Crabman Gaming, or Twitter, @Crabman Gaming, if you would like. And let's just play this first over. Rabada to Shaw. I smashed it for 4 in the first over. Well done. So thanks for all the likes and views so far. Loving all the comments each day. Subscribers are creeping up each day as well. So thank you if you've recently subscribed or if you've been subscribed for a while. Another thing that YouTube really likes. So he's gone. Sharma's gone. 13 for 1. Up comes the umpire's finger. He's gone. He has been dismissed for 3. So that's disappointing for India. What YouTube really like is not just the views, but watch time. So thanks to people who are watching a fair amount of the video. If you really like the video and you're skipping through, you can always play it again later. Just turn the sound off, leave it running in the background. That really helps out. Some watch time as well. Helps YouTube promote some of these videos to a bigger audience. So that would also be a big help on some watch time. Average watch time at the moment about 5 or 6 minutes, which is great. But obviously the longer that is, the more promotion you get. Anyway, enough self-promotion. That's it for the video. Let's concentrate on the match for the rest of the match. 30 for 1 India. Prithvi Shaw doing a great job. He hasn't played too many test matches. I think this is his 6th. Yep, 6th test match. He does have 1 test 100. Last time they played this... Oh, that's out as well. Shaw's gone to Ngidi. South Africa on fire, really. In comes Kohli. I'm just going to turn his aggression right down. When I played this as Australia versus India, India played... I'm pretty sure they played 2 debutants as well in this match, which was really a really strange selection. So I wasn't really sure what was happening or why that they'd picked 2 debutants in this Test Championship final. Is that out or is it bounced? Oh, they've gone up. It's gone. Kohli's out. Inside edge. India struggling at 52 for 3 in the first innings after being sent into bat. Shreyas Iyer, natural aggression. We'll play 20 overs of highlights because it's just one test on this video. Oh, here comes Naliba. I'm probably butchering that name. He bowls some spin as well. Haven't seen much of him before. Haven't really heard of him. Oh, that's Plum. Oh, India. This is a terrible start. Been so dominant in the test matches. We've been sent in by Sri Lanka. Oh, Keshav Maharaj. Not Kedav Maharaj. Keshav. Well, Smangaliso Nlebala. I'm having a terrible time pronouncing that. So yeah, let's have a look. They've got very fast, some off spin, fast again, obviously. Same sort of bowler as Maharaj, left arm off spin. And Ruin, oh, it's Ruin, not Richie. Ruan de Schwart is a pace bowler as well. So 3 seamers, 2 spinners. All right, Rishabh Pant comes in. Big job to do. India in all kinds of trouble. Oh, that's a pie. That deserved to be hit for 6, not just a 4. All right, we're at 20 overs, so we'll skip through and keep an eye on what's happening. Might just keep it quiet, low aggression. Need to save some runs. Pants out as well. Let's watch it. Oh dear, India. They need a big fight back. That's just a top edge or a bottom edge. All right, I'm just surviving until the break now. Jadeja's in early. Still got some batting to come. Got Jadeja and Ashwin. And 90 for 5 at lunch on the first day. Wickets all shared around as well. Not one person dominating. Shared through. Let's keep this aggression low and try and bat out the session. I think that'd be a good strategy. I'm not too worried about run rate. It's still around 3 and over, so that's okay. Just about staying in. First innings runs, very important. And as well, I'm just assuming I've got the advantage of finishing on the top as well. Okay, T. That was a really good session. Didn't lose a wicket. Jadeja 37, Shreyas Iyer 31. I'm just going to continue at this aggression for the rest of the day until this cloud is gone. So I'm not going to be in any rush to get to 50 or speed up. Just let the runs come naturally. And the runs are still coming at, 2 and a bit and over, so that's okay. Nearly 3. It's a 100-run partnership. Jadeja makes it to 50. Shreyas Iyer, I'm going to just assume that's his slowest 50. Strike rate of just 25. Jadeja, strike rate of 40. But the runs are on the board, so that's really helping. That new ball should be soon. Just delaying it a little bit. That's an unusual tactic. Yeah, there's the new ball. I probably would have used it a couple of overs earlier. We're just going to bat to the end of the day. It's not been the world's most exciting day of Test cricket, but that's what Test cricket is all about. Some rain. A little bit of rain helps me out at the end of the day. There's end of day 1. And do you know what? Despite being, what were we, 60 for 5, or 5 for 79, this is a really great partnership. 65 for Shreyas Iyer. 72 for Jadeja. Let's keep going into day 2. Now the sun's come out a little bit. We can speed up. Just a little bit. I think once we get this ball 20, 25 overs old. Oh, Shreyas Iyer's finally gone to Rabada. He's had enough of prodding around and just absolutely mishits 1-2 mid-off. So 250 is okay. We've got Ashwin in, he can bat really well. Test average 28, nearly 29. 4 test centuries. Oh, I thought Jadeja. I need the highlights on for Jadeja. Trapped him absolutely plumb. No, I'm having real trouble with this name. Please somebody help me out. That is plumb on middle. Kuldeep Yadav needs to chip in for the Indians. Here's Jadeja. Can he make an amazing 100? Oh, is it edge behind? Oh, I thought it was. Got worried. Shown a lot of fight. He always does. One of my favourite Indian players, Ravi Jadeja. Yadav's plumb for 2. That's really a shame. Really want Jadeja to get to his 100 and then maybe be a bit more aggressive and, yeah, keep some of the strike because that is gone. Oh, dear. Thought Bomber might get out. Come on, Jadeja. He's 99. Don't be stranded on 99. Oh, I thought that was going to be out. There's his 100. Well done. Falling apart a little bit here at the end, India. But Jadeja does make 100. Bumrah, don't get out. Oh, that's a nice shot. Did make a very handy 18 against the Afghanistan. Oh, it doesn't show it, but in the last series, where is it? Let me show last series. Made last comp. Not against Australia. Current comp? Yeah, against that. Made a really handy 18 against Afghanistan, which really kept India in the game. All right, let's be a little bit more aggressive and try and keep that strike off Bumrah. Try and push past the 300, which would not be the worst score after the start. Get to 300. That's going down leg, surely. Don't give him. Oh, I thought the finger was coming up. Just missing the leg stump. Oh, miles down leg. Why did he take so long to give it not out? Couple of maidens. Jadeja's still in. Oh, that is a terrible delivery. Smashed for 4. That's lunch on day 2. 293 for 9. Bumrah's on strike, which is a bit of a worry. I might just crank up his aggression because there's been too many maidens. A 3. His partnership is going for a while. There's the 300. Continuing on. Oh, 12 off the over. That's a really good over. He's moved into the 120s. This could be a match-changing partnership for the World Test Championship. Bumrah doing a great job. I might have to move him up to number 10 with this effort. He's batted for 52 deliveries. Runs don't really matter. The score matters. And Jadeja just keeps marching on and on and on. There's an edge, but it doesn't matter. He's made it to 140. What's this partnership worth? It's worth nearly 50 runs. Bumrah could be in trouble here. Get nervous when there's a highlight. That looked very close and he's out. 48 runs for the final. He did bat for an hour and 36 minutes. 6 valuable runs. Jadeja, what a hero. 140 off 359. He came to the crease at 5 for 79. His team in all sorts of trouble. It's his highest test score, just his second test 100. A bit of a long way off his first class best. However, India have something to play with. So this looks set to be an absolutely cracking test match. Just make sure I got those highlights on. I wonder how India are going to bat Yanaman Malan, Aiden Markram. Batting at the top of the order. They've done a great job over the past year for South Africa. There's an edge. Straight back to the bowler. Malan is gone. He's a very dangerous batsman. Rassie van der Dusen comes out at 3. Test average of 56. So he's had a good year last year. 69, nearly 1,000 runs. Lots of these South Africans with plenty of runs in the past year. 700. Not Bavuma, but a few of them. Even Richie de Swart down here getting a test 100 as your all-rounder, just like Jadeja did. Yadav, can he get another wicket? Oh, that is close to the edge. I reckon this game is going to go right to the wire. The off stump is knocked out of the ground. Yadav is on absolute fire. We're going to keep him on after the break. We'll get Yadav in. He did a great job complementing the spin of Ashwin and Jadeja. Did such an amazing job. Can he get another wicket at Markram? It's wide. It's dropped. Oh, who was that? That is terrible. Oh, it's like John Campbell dropping Ben Stokes. It could be very costly. Who was down there? I'll have a look next over. Mid-on. Oh, Ashwin. Gee, concentrate on your bowling. Get ready to bowl. Keeping Yadav on. He's bowling really well. I want him to keep going after the break as well. Just a couple. See what he can do before getting set with the spinners for a while. Again, just a quick shout out as well. Thanks to everyone who is commenting on these videos, liking these videos. It is a real big help as Yadav gets Markram. He's been dropped. He hasn't made them pay. India just need to keep chipping away here for some more wickets. Let's get Ashwin on. 34 years of age. 400 test wickets. I did mention this before, but someone said it would be nice to see milestones pop up in the highlights as well, or have a highlight when you get to a milestone. As there's a catch, just a backward short leg. Coley's taken Ashford. He likes fielding in that position. Stumble over my words. Temba Bavuma. I don't know why he's in the side. 150 test matches as just a batsman only. Really interesting selection. They just love having him in there. It's a bit like Joss Butler for England. And I can understand if Joss Butler is the keeper, but Joss Butler's just playing as a specialist number 7 batsman and averaging 32. So I don't really understand what he's doing in the team. Your keeper batting 7 and averaging 32 is not a problem, but if you're just going to bat there and not keep or bowl, you probably need to do something more than average 32, in my opinion, at test match level. Especially if you're playing for one of the bigger nations. Jadeja's got our guys having an amazing game. It's his first over. He's taken a wicket and India look in control after a very worrying start. Let's get Bumrah back on. Looks ready for another bowl. Gee, Jadeja, the odds are shortening for a man of a match performance for him. Short odds at the bookies. He's got De Kock, who's a very dangerous player. Here's Bumrah. That's shanked into the outfield. Gone. Who's hung on to that one? Ashvin's held on to it this time. He hasn't put it down. Richie de Swart goes. South Africa crumbling to 139 for 7. They must have thought they were right in this game all the way through day 1, especially the first session when they took 5 wickets. But this game can change quickly. Are they ruining the decision to send the Indians in? The pitch is turning. 300 could be an absolute match-winning score. Looks like it's just going to get more difficult to bat. That's an edge. Gone. Bumrah's got Maharaj, who's a handy tail ender. And now this fella, who I might just give up pronouncing his name, but he averages just 11. Nellabella. I don't know. We might have to find another name for him. I feel very bad. I try my best always to pronounce players' names correctly and learn their names. But if I haven't heard it before first, it does make it quite difficult. Bumrah. Oh, there's some handy runs. Jadeja's looking for another wicket. It's turned in, but not enough. It's being very dangerous. Lots of highlights. Trapping the number 10. That is plum. He stuck the big pad out in front of the ball. The umpire has no hesitation in sending him on his way. It's hitting the middle of middle. And in comes Lungi and Ngidi. Test average of 7. Let's get the field up. Alright, 1 over left of the day. What can Yadav do? South Africa are out. Rabada's trapped plum as well. South Africa need to use their bat more, and that is the end of day 2. And somehow, India are firmly in control after a pretty average start. South Africa have made just 183. Definitely doesn't look like this game's going to go the full 5 days. The pitch is turning. We've got 1 over left of day 3, which I'm not sure why we had to bat because the time was up. But hopefully we'll play highlights for the first 20 again. Oh no, don't be out. Oh, it's a 4 down the ground. Or to square leg. That was very surprising. Alright, let's not be too aggressive. We've got plenty of time. I want to maybe make this lead at least 350. Hopefully more. Rohit wants to redeem himself after the first innings. Oh, that's out. Shaw's gone. 3 off just 20. Rabada and Ngidi having a long spell opening the bowling. They look like a leg bye. Oh, yeah, it was 4 leg byes. Sharma playing really well. Let's be a little bit more aggressive. De Swart to Rahul. So are we in for a thrilling finish of this World Test Championship? Or will South Africa crumble in the final innings? That's a terrible run. Sharma's barbecued. KO Rahul. Rahul's out. It's 36 for 2. So South Africa are hanging on in this game. There is lots of this game left. Don't go anywhere if you are watching. I can sense a big finish coming. Oh gee, what did Bavuma bowling over? That was strange. Hasn't bowled much. Did have to bowl in a test match. I think it was in Perth once when, I'm not sure if it was Dale Steyn, but South Africa went in with 4 bowlers, and I think one of the bowlers got injured really early on. It might have been Dale Steyn. So they just had 3 bowlers. And because it was Perth, it might have just been 3 seamers. So they needed a 4th bowler. And Bavuma bowled, I think you saw he had 27 test overs. And I think most of those were from that test match in Perth, where he had to bowl. And he actually trapped Usman Khawaja absolutely plumb LBW. But he'd overstepped with the front foot, so it was a no ball. So he was probably unlucky there not to get Khawaja's wicket. I think he has 1 test wicket. Maybe he got a wicket in that match. From memory. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, he's got 1. So if you look 28 overs, I'm going to say, if you go against Australia, yeah, 16 overs against Australia in that test match. I do remember that. Also, ran out David Warner with an amazing run out in that series as well. India looking to steady the ship. Kohli 14, Sharma 33. The lead already past 200. I said I was going to do highlights to 20. I've kept them on. 81. Alright, we don't need to go faster, but oh, Kohli's trapped to Rabada. Swung it in, that's plumb. In comes Shreyas Iyer. So South Africa probably looking to keep India to under 300. That's probably chaseable. Anything over would require a minor miracle, but it's cricket. Anything can happen. Here's Rohit Sharma. And Shreyas Iyer. Sharma's gone for 82. Another LBW. Lungi Ngidi traps him. That's pretty plumb. There's no slips in place. Pant comes in. The lead is now 300. We'll get to tea on the 3rd day. Let's have a quick look at the summary. 305 runs ahead. That's the headline. Lots of Indian batting to come. Iyer passes 50. Batted well before with Jadeja. What did he make in the end in the first innings? 79. Looking to better that in the second innings. South Africa starting to fade out of this game. It's almost a case of, when's the Indian declaration? Do India even have to declare? I'm not really sure. I'm not going to risk it. I am going to try and win the game, not just draw it and win the series. I'm still not sure. So if you do know, just let me know in the comments below, because I'm really unsure as to what the rules are. Maybe I might tweet Cricket Captain, see if they know the rules, because I can't seem to find them anywhere. Maybe I can, I just don't know where they are. Jadeja's in with Pant. We're closing in on the end of day 3. May as well try and get some runs. The lead's past 400. It's looking like an inevitable Indian victory now. We'll probably look to bat a session, 2 sessions. Make it a monumental task. Oh, there we go. That doesn't help. Getting run out first ball. Oh, okay. Maybe you won't have the option of declaring. Jadeja just batted so well. He's looking for a 50. He's got it. Let's look to be a little bit more aggressive. Try and get to the 500. Just make it near impossible. Jadeja's finally gone. First time he's been out in the match. Scored over 190 runs. Dances down. The bails are whipped off by de Kock. And he's finally stumped. Alright, for these tail enders, there's no real reason to hang around. Either get some runs or get out. Oh, there we go. Yadav's got out. Didn't really need to eat up all the time. India lead by 472. So if South Africa want to win the Test Championship final, they will need a monumental 473 to win, which I may cry if that happens. I'm pretty sure India should get the job done comfortably. But you never know. That's cricket. You just never know. You could be watching this video in 10 minutes time and I could be here crying on my desk. That is what could be happening. South Africa have made a good start though. 44 very quickly. Let's turn off this aggression. They have started well. I thought that's not a wicket. All right, let's get the spin on. So 400 to win. It is kind of the case in a big chase. You do see it quite often, and I mention it a lot in the videos as Ashton gets through Markram. You do always seem to see a really good start, and then the team kind of collapses a little bit later. So you might see a, 1 for 100, 1 for 150, and then the final 8 or 9 wickets do tend to go quite cheaply once I think the target seems quite unattainable. It's going down leg, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, not out. And the spinners will probably just chip away at some wickets. That's out. Turn that into Midland leg. Russi van der Dusen is gone. And India can start to sense victory, even though they're 8 wickets out. Can they wrap it up on day 4? Will it go to day 5? That's out. That's hitting him just in line. Yes, the umpire's fingers raised. I've watched enough Cricket Captain to know if that's out. Don't worry about the picture being outside the line. That is out. De Kock's gone for 2. Now, probably going to talk about some videos to come, so might continue these saves, once or twice a week. I do want to show you, I've got Cricket Captain 2008, which I've played just a little bit of, which I managed to reinstall on my computer, and for some reason then it inverted the colors on all my menus, so I'm not really sure why it did that until I restarted my computer. And I have Cricket Captain 2008 and 9 to play a little bit of. Look back on how the series has changed. I do have International Cricket Captain 3 on the PS2, so might play a little bit of that. I've got Cricket Captain 14 and 16. There's a great catch. Jadesia's got another wicket. Might play just a game of those, just to show you what those are like. And sometimes it's really good for archiving as well if you look back and you find that there's not much footage of some of these games online. So sometimes it works really well as an archive tool to look back. Yadav to Elgar, that's plum. 5 wickets away now from India being the World Test champions, and very well deserved because they dominated the group stage. We're a long way ahead on the points table. And South Africa are probably just showing the distance they are between number 1 and number 2 in the world. It's a little bit of a surprise for me that they got to number 2 because they are in a rebuilding stage in real life. And it is a little bit of a shame. They're losing a lot of their players to the Kolpak system in England, which I'm not sure how that's going to work. That's just missed off. How that's going to work now that England have left the European Union. I know there were some counties scrambling to sign some Kolpak deals before it went through. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work. Maybe is that the end of the Kolpak player, because it was it came about, if you're not too familiar, and I'm not 100% familiar with the story, but I think it was a player and his last name was Kolpak, and it was in a European handball league, and I think that he was looking to be able to move teams or move countries, and he was arguing that it was his right, his work right or work freedom to be able to do that, so it became known as the Kolpak ruling. So you can search that up on Wikipedia, which will probably explain it a lot better than I did. Probably should have researched it if I was going to talk about it on this video. There's another wicket for Jadeja. G's done well. Yanaman Milan did well to hang in for 85 runs, but the end is nigh. Can India finish the game tonight? Will it go into day 5? I think it will. Might just have to come back. If this was real life, they would extend the game by half an hour. Ashwin's got Maharaj, 37. He's a pretty good batter. He's a good batter to have at number 9. Can Jadeja finish it off? He's been the hero. He can't. It is 222 for 8. We'll get Yadav on. We'll get the spin on, and if it goes to 80, we will get the seamers on. So thanks for watching this whole series as well, especially if you've watched every day. Yadav gets Rabada. We're 1 wicket away. Thanks again. Thanks if you've liked the videos. Thanks if you've subscribed. Thanks if you've commented, and thanks if you've just watched and all you've done is watch the video. That is awesome as well. Let's wait for this final wicket and cue the champagne. Only appropriate if it's Jadeja. Oh, that's plum. That's it. The World Test Championship to India. South Africa are all out for 222. That is the end of the game. Absolutely plum on middle stump. And I'm putting all my money on Jadeja being man of the match as I'll go through what's happened. India, despite all the odds on the first day, being sent into bat, overcast conditions, win by 250 runs in the final of the Test Championship. Jadeja is the man of the match for his 140 not out, 50 in the second innings, and also took 6 wickets. So let's go through the game quickly. So in the first innings, it did not start well for India. Sharma 3, Shaw 20, Rahul 23, Kohli 9, Pant 18. India were 5 for 79, and it was not looking great for them. An amazing partnership of nearly 200 runs between Iyer and Jadeja helped India on their way, and you can't discount the work that Jadeja did with Bumrah. 48 runs at the end for the 10th wicket. Rabada 2 for 115 and Geedy 2 for 78. 3 for 67 Maharaj, and Nelabella, that's probably finally got it right, 3 for 58. In reply, South Africa could only manage 183. The wickets were shared round. De Kock was the best with 57. Rabada hung in at the end. Yadav 3, Jadeja 3, 2 to Bumrah, 1 each for Yadav and Ashwin. India piled on the runs in the second innings, made a very big score for South Africa to chase, nearly 500 runs. Sharma 82, IF 75, Pant 43. Jadeja did a great job as well with 54. And just to rub salt into the wound, Yadav chipped in with 33. Rabada just the one, and Geedy a 5-wicket haul. 2 for Maharaj, and Nelabella didn't take one. And then South Africa chasing 473 for victory. Fell a long way short despite 85 from Milan. A good start, 44 for Markram, and really that was about it. 1 for Bumrah, 1 for Yadav, 3 for Kuldeep Yadav, 2 for Ashwin, 3 for Jadeja. That's the end of the video. And the end of the series. India win 1-0. Thanks so much for watching. If I do continue, I'll show you quickly. We've got 3 T20s against Sri Lanka, and then 2 T20s against Ireland, and we move on into the series. There's another 5 tests against England, so there's lots of cricket still to go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.